Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Turkey by Lucille Colandro and illustrated by Jared Lee. This lady has a lot of things that she wants to eat, and some of them are not necessarily what you would expect. From a turkey to a football to a hat to a boat, she swallows pretty much everything. She has a reason for doing it. Everything she swallows requires something to follow afterwards, and all of those somethings have to do with Thanksgiving, particularly the American celebration of the holiday. So this book, if you're familiar with the original, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, you will recognize the design of this story. It also kind of has that building element. You have a lot of repetition. One thing leads to another. And also there's a lot of rhyming that goes along with it. So you have some early literacy elements that are going in here, learning about how words go together and how they sound similar. And then you also just have the silly aspect of what happens or what might happen if things were swallowed that aren't typically done. So you have a football, you'll recognize that from the American celebration of Thanksgiving, balloons like the Thanksgiving Day parade, and so you have all of these kind of cultural elements that are woven in here, not necessarily overtly discussed, but offer an opportunity for readers to chat about them together and how they are coming into the story. With the original version of this, swallowing all of those things is not really great for the little old lady. This one has a bit of a different twist to the end and more of a celebratory one. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the book. And what you'll notice too about the illustrations is that there's a lot of visible lines. So that kind of changes the illustrative style a little bit. It makes it in some ways a little bit more realistic because you kind of have all of this like texture that's coming in. And then readers are going to just appreciate the reminder of all of the things that often come into the American celebration of the Thanksgiving holiday. So for fans of the original song story, and also ones that like to see how those original songs and stories can be modified to fit different holidays, this is a fun and enjoyable story for families to share together. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.